What's good, YouTube and Twitch? We're live to both right now, and some huge cards have come out. The Revolver Structure Deck, highly anticipated. This badass has been activating Mind Crush, Mirror Force, really iconic cards within the anime, and we get to see a little bit of what it has to offer. So many people have been expecting great things from the Revolver Structure, and we start off... I've had it spoiled that it's a Borreload Fusion, but I have no clue what it does. Borreload Furious Dragon. And oh, it looks pretty nice. A level 8 Dark Dragon fusion effect monster. So now we have a synchro. We have a fusion. Oh, this is okay. Materials: 2 Dark Dragon monsters. Oh my gosh, that is so generic. 2 Dark Destrudo Dark Worm. Attack 3000, defense 2500. So it gets the 2500 defense. You can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. So hard once per turn. Quick effect. You can target one monster you control and one card your opponent controls, destroy them. I'm already liking it. Number 2, you can banish this card from the graveyard. So if it was used for link material or something to link up, maybe there's something that's going to get a bonus off using it. Then target one Dark Link monster in your graveyard. Special summon that monster, but it cannot activate its effects this turn, but it can still attack. So yeah, it's literally saying, oh, you can link up, you can keep popping off. Wow, I'm guessing it's meant to like just bring back Borreload or Borrelsword or something like that. But this is insane. Any Dark Link monster, not restricted to a certain typing. Any Dark Link monster. This is so generic. It is actually nuts. It is actually crazy. Any 2 Dark Dragons makes it, and it becomes just this insane generic support of, oh yeah, by the way, I popped something. There's a lot of cards that want to go to the graveyard off of the field and get effects, and then also just being able to banish and respam. Oh my goodness gracious, this is a huge one. I can already see that this fusion is going to be problems within the metagame itself, and accessible in a structure deck. You have to like that, though. We've seen in the past, Borrel cards have been so expensive, and that might be part of why the structure deck is so looked forward to. We've had Borreload Dragon hit $60+ Borrelsword Dragon hit $90+ Imagine this fusion being released as a secret rare instead of like an ultra rare like Borrel Savage. Just imagine like the genericness of this. This is pretty crazy. All right, let's keep going. We've got Thorn Borrel Dragon. Looks to be a Link 2 Dark Dragon effect monster. Attack 1000, and its pointers are going to the left and down, so both pointers you want to see. It transitions you either further on the field or down. Really good starting arrows. It does specifically take 2 dragon monsters, including a rocket monster. This is what I like to see in cards that are potentially broken, that it has a slight restriction to the deck it's going to be played in, unlike our guy up here. But I guess most of the Borrel cards try to be generic, don't they? So it makes sense. I should have realized that earlier. This is my first time reading any of these cards. You can only use this card's name's effect once per turn. You can discard one card, then target one face-up monster. You cannot special summon Link 2 or lower monsters from your extra deck the rest of the turn. So it's like, you better, if you're trying to continue to go up the line, you've got to continue up higher links, okay? Also destroy that monster. In addition, if you destroyed a Link monster with this effect, you can special summon rocket monsters with different names from your hand or graveyard up to that monster's Link rating. So this is kind of a later game thing, I would think, unless you're really able to turbo out those rocket monsters in the graveyard early, which it's possible to toss them with stuff like Squib Draw, I suppose. So it's not bad, but again, it comes with some pretty heavy restrictions overall, needing specific rocket and then discarding the card. And the discard, of course, helps feed its own other effect there, too. Okay, this looks like a fusion card, and it's a quick play. Oh, no. Oh, no. Quick play spell card. Rapid trigger. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck by destroying monsters you control as materials. Are you kidding me? I've been waiting for rockets to get real reasons to get play. This is pretty darn good. So, like, a lot of things are going to get extra effects by triggering destruction, perhaps even generically. This is a generic fusion card. It has no restrictions. Wow, at least they did not put fusion in the name for it to like be searchable by like those crazy cards. Oh my gosh. Fusion by destruction. What a concept. The special summon monster cannot attack monsters except for those special summoned from the extra deck. Oh, there's pity on the normal summons and special from hands. Pankratops, ooh, that's kind of can't be hit. Also, it cannot be affected by the effects of monsters special summoned from the extra deck except itself. Immunity to other extra deck monsters for being fusion summoned by this? This is going to find a way to get abused somewhere. Oh my gosh. Fusion summoning by destruction. Okay, so at least there are some limits. There's a limitation in like what it can attack. It still can attack direct. There's not a stoppage of attacking direct. It's not like it can only attack monster special summon from the extra deck. It's just oh wait, no, okay, the special summon monster cannot attack. Okay, so it is like that, except those special summoned from the extra deck. So it cannot attack direct, I think. It cannot, no, it can attack direct, cannot attack monsters. So this monster can attack directly. It cannot be affected by effects of monster special summoned from the extra deck except itself. This is pretty insane. I like this a lot. They're really making this well. Okay, big boss monster. Topologic Zerovoros. Link 4, Dark Cybers Link effect monster. Attack 3000. Links top left, top right, 2 to the opponent. That's a pretty big range to give the opponent. And 2 to yourself. But as we know, topologics tend to like to have things summoned in those zones. You cannot special summon monsters to an extra monster zone this card points to. It blocks off 2 zones that your opponent might be summoning to. That's actually insane. Cannot special summon monsters, period. So, not just from the extra deck. You cannot. These are no special summon zones. It gains 200 attack for each banished card. Pot of Desires, Grinmaju, Hype, Poggers. Oh, it's already 3,000 and a Pot of Desires boosts this by 2,000. Okay, if another monster is special summoned to a zone, a link monster points to. While this monster is on the field. Banish all cards on the field? It's a keeper. It's a gatekeeper that also gets bigger. Okay, third effect. This makes or breaks. Once per turn during the standby phase of the next turn after this card was banished by its own effect, special summon it. It returns. Okay. This is pretty unique. Okay, so it all cards on the field. All cards, period. So they can use it offensively against you. Do keep that in mind, chat. So it has its purpose, but then like one link summon, one summon to a pointer, and it does take care of this temporarily, as well as all of your cards. That's a little painful. I was getting ahead of myself there. I was like, most cards like Topologic protect themselves. This unfortunately recurs itself, thus giving some fairness and balance into what it's doing, and along with the rest of your board. So setting this up, you have to be extra careful to stop their cards, and then they can kind of use it to take out everything that you have. I still like that beefy attack boost. It's pretty generic at 2+ effect monsters. It's a good card to see in a structure deck instead of a core set. I'm liking where it's at. Overall, insane support to see in these sets. And Adam, you're also echoing when you're unpressing, so please fix that. Borreload Furious Dragon, really nice to see. I'm happy with how that is. We have Thornborrel Dragon, not too insanely shocking. I'm happy with where it's at, although sometimes I feel like they put too many restrictions when they're breaking all the rules. They start being like, okay, let's hold back a little here. That's what Thornborrel Dragon feels like. Rapid Trigger, I'm just shocked at. They made it non-searchable because they knew it would be good, right? They didn't put fusion in the name to try to stop it from being searchable in certain terms, but wow. That is a cool card. Now, to note, it's not like polymerization where the cards can be destroyed from the hand, too. You have to destroy the monsters you control. That does mean on the field. Control, you have to have them on the field. You're not popping things out of hand. You're not going insanely crazy. But it still is a new way to fusion summon it, and it is pretty dang exciting, too, mixed with the rockets. I'm still mulling over Zero-Verse here. It promotes cards like Eater of Millions we haven't seen in the meta in a while, but could still make a huge impact. Promotes cards. Of course, you want your extra deck, though, overall with Rockets, so you have to kind of be picky and choosy with that. Definitely promotes Desires as well. Maybe a beatdown strategy. You know, you're not trying to usually link away a lot in a Grin Maju deck, so I'm wondering... The genericness of this scares me a little. But at the same time, the fact that it balances out by taking care of your own whole field too, and they could try to spend minimal resources to take care of it, that's a little bit crazy. What do you guys think? Anybody from Open Chat? I'll hold my tongue so I don't echo through you guys.
One Scapegoat can make the Topologic Zero Force, so that is something to think about in those Grand Manchu decks, as well as in very Dragon-centric decks like we've been seeing. The Fusion card is able to be relatively pretty good going second.
Yeah, Guard Dragon. Oh wait, this can just be Guard Dragon. Yeah, there's no restriction. You can just Guard Dragon this out. Wow.
Yeah, I mean you could, and there's no restriction for attacking directly, so you attack with your whole Guard Dragon board, and then once you're done, finish off, trigger Fusion, and then just go for game.
That's pretty crazy. All right, guys. Too fair. 2/10. All right, go ahead, Adam.
Another thing to note that the Link monster says when the Topologic Link, it says when a monster is summoned to a zone, a Link monster points to. So even if you don't give your opponent a zone that anything points to, if they summon a Link and then summon behind that Link, it will still trigger.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Relatively low resources are going to be able to break through. Although, with how it's pointing, it's trying to, like, prevent that from being easy. But it's still, they're going to be able to, like, use low resources to banish the whole field. So you have to be extra careful with this. Agreed. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And join these live streams if you want to kind of be in here and be able to talk back and forth about these.